Hello students, welcome to the lecture on event analysis, and after this lecture we will be able to learn the following objectives. Understand the significant event analysis, discuss the 7 steps to analyzing a significant event, explain about market research, explain about SWOT analysis in event planning, define the project planning and development. Let's start with the concept of event analysis. Event analysis provides analysis of alarm events and configuration as well as enforcement actions of Alarm Configuration Manager if used at the customer site. Alarms and Event Analysis AEA supports periodic generation and notification via email of scheduled reports to assure visibility of the alarm system performance by key plant personnel. When the site needs to find out more information, AEA provides interactive access to analysis with the ability to select the way that information is viewed, such as for individual consoles, specific shifts, selected alarm types or priorities, etc. This supports identification of problem alarms requiring corrective action. Let us now discuss the Significant Event Analysis (SEA). Significant Event Analysis is a relatively new and qualitative method of clinical audit that is concerned with the structured investigation of individual events which has been identified by a member or members of the healthcare team and are considered to be significant. It has been proposed as one way to assist individual practitioners and healthcare teams to improve the quality and safety of patient care by encouraging reflective learning and, where necessary, the implementation of change to minimize recurrence of the events in question. To this extent, there are strong expectations that its application can make an important contribution to improving the management of healthcare risk, enhancing patient safety, and facilitating the reporting of patient safety incidents by healthcare practitioners. Common types of significant events: prescribing error, failure to action an abnormal result, failure to diagnose, failure to refer, failure to deal with an emergency call, breach in confidentiality, breakdown in communication, information issues, lack of important information to hand during the consultation, examples of potentially important missing data, comorbidities, example, previous bronchospasm when considering beta blockers, current drugs, previous drug side effects, patient factors. The doctor failed to check that they understood the reasons for treatment, they understood the dosing, timing, stop and start dates, they understood the safety netting guidance, the possible side effects. Systems failure: lack of education and training, lack of supervision, poor identification of roles and responsibilities, lack of detailed procedures, protocols, etc., lack of audit or SEA. Ethos of the practice. Now moving on to the next topic, we will study the 4 steps to analyze a significant event. The steps to analyze a significant event are given below. Step 1. Identify and record significant events for analysis and highlight these at a suitable forum. Example, dedicated C or team meetings. Enable staff to routinely record significant events using a logbook or a special proforma. Step 2. Collect and collate as much factual information as possible for an event, including written and electronic records and the thoughts and opinions of those directly and indirectly involved in the event. This may include patients or relatives or healthcare professionals based outside the practice. Step 3. Convene a meeting to discuss and analyze the events with all relevant members of the team. The meeting should be conducted in an open, fair, honest, and non-threatening atmosphere. A note of the meeting should be taken and circulated. Meetings should be held routinely, perhaps as part of monthly team meetings, when all events of interest can be highlighted, discussed, and analyzed with all the relevant people present and with the opportunity for others to offer their thoughts and suggestions. However, for some practices, the dynamic in this forum may not be conducive to analyzing significant events, and it may be more productive to hold dedicated meetings. The person chooses to facilitate a significant event meeting or to take responsibility for an event analysis again depends on practice dynamics and staff confidence. One suggestion is for the individual with the greatest knowledge of the event to assume this role if they are happy to do this. This may be straightforward for many experienced medical staff, but daunting for other members of the practice. The practice manager could facilitate the process initially, especially for administrative events, and then support and encourage other staff to take charge of future analysis. It may also be an idea for some purely clinical significant events to be discussed amongst the clinical staff only, as these may not be of direct interest to the rest of the practice team. What happened? Gather all the facts relating to the significant event, including relevant dates, times, and people or organizations involved, from those directly and indirectly involved, so we can establish a clear and full picture of what happened. It is important to also consider what the impact or potential impact was for the patient, the team, and/or others. We should gather as much of this information as possible before the event is discussed at the meeting. But time and staff availability are factors here, and it is not always immediately clear why an event happened, so we may need to tease this out at the meeting. Step 4. Seek educational feedback on the standard of the event analysis undertaken once it has been written up. This is because research has repeatedly shown that around 1/3 of event analysis are considered to be unsatisfactory, mainly because the team has failed to fully understand why the event happened or failed to take necessary or appropriate action to prevent recurrence. By sharing the event analysis with others, such as a GP appraiser, a GP trainers group, a practice managers forum, or a clinical governance lead, this provides an opportunity for them to comment on event analysis and also learn from what we've done. Alternatively, or other colleagues may wish to apply a structured C peer review and feedback instrument as a way of reflecting on the quality of written event analysis. Let's now know the meaning of market research.
Hello, my name is Sandeep, Head of Operations for Pulse Group PLC. The weather is hot today in Delhi. Nice to meet you. I understand from William you are interested to buy market research.
Hello, nice to meet you, Sandeep. My name is Sandy. I am wife of Mr. Davis who lived with you for a while ago. We are divorced now after he left you. Yes, I am available and I am working for you know who. Do you like this Star Trek outfit? I love wearing it. It's very airy and many people love it too. Not sure why. Yes, I am interested to know more about Pulse Group. And I am planning to visit Malaysia for business and pleasure. I intend to visit Pulse Group headquarters in Kuala Lumpur. WLUB in Kuala Lumpur to entertain me.
Yes, I will be in Kuala Lumpur by tomorrow. Entertain you, why not? Sure, you may come and visit our headquarters in Kuala Lumpur. My office is very near to Nico Hotel Point. I can give you special rates if you want to stay at Nico Hotel. I will be glad to have a meeting with you anytime. Let me know when you are about to come. Anyway, the good facts about Pulse. Pulse is one of the leading digital research agency in Asia. Listed in London, Pulse provide real-time data collection via online surveys for our global clients. We have offices around the world: New York, Sydney, Singapore, India, London and Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, I am keen to visit your office in Kuala Lumpur. In the meantime, can I have your hotline number just in case I have immediate jobs for you know who?
You may call me directly. I'm available anytime, anywhere. At Pulse Group we provide within 2 hours response policy using Pulse BlackBerry. That is a real fact indeed. Glad to meet you. Again, thank you. See you in Kuala Lumpur.
Before organizing an event, find out whether there is a market, that is, audience, for intended event or not. For example, we want to organize a fashion show in Oman. If people there have little or no interest in fashion shows, then it is not a good idea to organize such event there. The event will fail for sure. Many interviewers told us that their market research was very informal in nature, consisting of knowledge gained through years of involvement in the industry. Deborah Williams, Kim Quigley, and David Granger all have years of experience in the event planning or supply industry. Their target market is the Dallas-Fort Worth area. However, they also operate nationally, producing corporate events in Florida, Oklahoma, and Ohio. Most of their clients come to them through organizations they belong to or because they have been involved in the industry for many years. So we know the resources and the people, Quigley says. If we already have experience in event planning or a related industry, we may be starting own business partly because discussions with colleagues make aware that a need exists.
Market research, in simple words, is any organized effort to gather information. These could be information about the market itself or the customers in that particular market. Usually, researchers gather the following information to understand the market in a better manner. Number 1. Competitive brands or products already available in the market. Number 2. Availability of other varieties of that particular product. Number 3. Packaging and pricing. Number 4. Places where their products can be distributed. And market segmentation. After collecting relevant data, the new product will be assessed for this particular market. This will be done through surveys, product testing, focus groups, qualitative and quantitative methodologies. If the analysis gives positive results, they then proceed to advertise the product in the market, and open it for sales. Market research also helps business with the following information: size of the market, type of people available in that market, purchasing power of the individuals, taste and preferences, and their cultural background. All these factors help businesses to estimate the selling.
Market analysis. Market analysis means finding information about target audience. Find out who are target audience, that is, their age group, sex, qualification, profession, knowledge level, income, status, likings, dislikings, personality, customs, traditions, religion, lifestyle, etc. Knowing target audiences' customs, traditions, and religion is very important so that we do not hurt their customs and religion unknowingly through our event. For example, if we organize a Hindu wedding and serve beef there, then we will be in mortal danger, as cow is considered as a sacred animal in Hindu religion. Similarly, serving pork in a Muslim function can bring havoc. Find out where majority of target audience live. so that we can direct marketing efforts towards them. In this way, we can cut down advertising and marketing cost tremendously. Find out what are the desires and expectations of target audience from intended event. Find out when, that is date and time, and where, that is venue, they want the intended event to take place. For this, we will have to do survey. All this information will help in developing a better event plan. One of the first tasks is to determine the market limits or trading area of business. These limits will vary depending upon the type of event planning service offer. For example, if we plan parties, we may limit market to country. If we plan corporate meetings, however, we may have a national client base. Studies show that a population base of at least 50,000 is needed to support an event planning service. Keep in mind that the higher the income level of that population, the more potential clients there will be for business. If we live in an area with a population base of less than 50,000, consider goals. Many chambers of commerce have offices that track their area's economic development. These offices are usually called either Office of Economic Development or Economic Development Council. Find an office in area and look for the above information. In addition, look at reports and studies conducted by trade associations. Market growth rate. A simple means of forecasting the market growth rate is to extrapolate historical data into the future. While this method may provide a first-order estimate, it does not predict important turning points. A better method is to study growth drivers such as demographic information and sales growth in complementary products. Such drivers serve as leading indicators that are more accurate than simply extrapolating historical data. Important inflection points in the market growth rate sometimes can be predicted by constructing a product diffusion curve. The shape of the curve can be estimated by studying the characteristics of the adoption rate of a similar product in the past. Ultimately, the maturity and decline stages of the product life cycle will be reached. Some leading indicators of the decline phase include price pressure caused by competition, a decrease in brand loyalty, and the emergence of substitute products, market saturation, and the lack of growth drivers. Market profitability. While different firms in a market will have different levels of profitability, the average profit potential for a market can be used as a guideline for knowing how difficult it is to make money in the market. Michael Porter devised a useful framework for evaluating the attractiveness of an industry or market. This framework, known as Porter's 5 forces, identifies 5 factors that influence the market profitability: buyer power, supplier power, barriers to entry, threat of substitute products, rivalry among firms in the industry, competitors analysis. It means finding information about competitors. Find out who are competitors, that is, their age, sex, qualifications, knowledge level, experience in organizing events, turnover, market value, PR, media and corporate contacts, and market share. Find out how they promote and execute their events, what they do in their events, why people come to their events. For this, we will have to attend each and every event organized by competitors and then create an event report. The event report will contain things like seating and light arrangements, promotional materials used, blueprint of the whole venue, program and food menu, situation analysis in which internal strengths and weaknesses of an organization and external opportunities and threats faced by it are closely examined to chart a strategy. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Products, services, research. If we are organizing a corporate event, then it is necessary for us as an event manager to do research of the products, services promoted and sold by corporate client. Find out how the company promotes its products, how the company wants to build, enhance the image associated with its product, also known as the brand image. What is the market value and market share of the company and its products? Who are the customers of the product? What are the features of the product? What are the advantages and disadvantages of the product in comparison to competitors' products? All this research will later help in making an effective promotional campaign for corporate event. SWOT analysis. In SWOT analysis, S stands for strengths, W stands for weaknesses, O stands for opportunities, T stands for threats. It is a strategic planning tool which is used to identify and analyze the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats involved in project. SWOT analysis can also be done on organization strengths. These are the attributes of project organization which are helpful in achieving project's objectives. For example, experienced event team, high motivation level, excellent PR, good market share, etc. Weaknesses. These are those attributes of project organization which are harmful in achieving project's objectives. For example, social loafing, lack of funds, inexperienced event team, low energy level, lack of media and corporate contacts, etc. Opportunities. These are those external factors which are helpful in achieving the project's objectives. For example, little competition, favorable economic conditions, support from the local authorities, availability of the state-of-the-art infrastructure, etc. Threats. These are those external factors which are harmful in achieving the project's objectives. For example, high competitions, little or no support from local authorities, bad weather, poor infrastructure, high labor rate, unavailability of raw materials, etc. It is very important that we conduct SWOT analysis before developing an event plan to develop a strategy which maximizes the potential of strengths and opportunities of project and at the same time minimizes the impact of the weaknesses and threats. Analysis report. After conducting market, competitors, product service research and SWOT analysis, create a report which contains details of all the research work done by us. Documentation of research work is important later for event evaluation. Analysis report will also help in getting sponsorship for event.
SWOT analysis. What does SWOT stand for? Strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. How is SWOT analysis used? For planning. Identify key factors to achieve a goal. Provide a complete picture of project. Are you interested? No? So, here you have the steps. Step 1. Identify the strengths. Strengths are the characteristics that help you achieve your goals. What are the skills, talents and abilities we have? What do we have to help achieve my goal? Knowledge or experience in this area. Step 2. Identify the weaknesses. Weaknesses are the characteristics that negatively impact our project. What skills, talents and abilities do we need? What resources do we need? Do we lack any knowledge or experience? Step 3. Identify the opportunities. Opportunities are the resources that can help achieve the goal. Who can we ask for help and support? What strengths can we turn into opportunities? What skills, talents and abilities can we develop? Step 4. Identify the threats. Threats are the risks that negatively impact your goal. What obstacles are blocking our goal? What personal events could threaten the project? Who is against the project? Here you have an example. A group of students in Mozambique wants to start a business selling bhajiyas, beans with flour. Let's see their SWOT analysis. Strengths. Enough money to buy ingredient, of late-term savings. Cooking class at school. Motivation for the new project. Weaknesses. Have never prepared bhajiyas. First experience in business. Opportunities. There is a bakery in front of school. No snack stores around the school. Threats. No information about the customers. Possibilities that new sellers appear. As you can see, it's easy, just need practice.
Project planning involves a series of steps that determine how to achieve a particular community or organizational goal or set of related goals. This goal can be identified in a community plan or a strategic plan. Project plans can also be based on community goals or action strategies developed through community meetings and gatherings, tribal council or board meetings, or other planning processes. The planning process occurs before we write application and submit it for funding. Project planning identifies specific community problems that stand in the way of meeting community goals, creates a work plan for addressing those problems and attaining the goals, describes measurable beneficial impacts to the community that result from the project's implementation, determines the level of resources or funding necessary to implement the project. Importance of project planning. The success and sustainability of a project is very closely tied to its planning process. Projects often fail due to poor planning, many times because they do not define the problems well or take important factors into consideration, such as the needs and views of everyone involved in and affected by the project. Effective planning provides detail and structure to project work plans and establishes a way after the grant funding ends, meaning it is sustainable. Project planning helps us to think ahead and prepare for the future, clarify goals and develop a vision, identify issues that will need to be addressed, choose between options, consider whether a project is possible, make the best use of resources, motivate staff and the community, assign resources and responsibilities, achieve the best results. Development of project plan. One of the critical factors for project success is having a well-developed project plan. Step 1. Explain the project plan to key stakeholders and discuss its key components. One of the most misunderstood terms in project management, the project plan is a set of living documents that can be expected to change over the life of the project. A roadmap, it provides the direction for the project. And like the traveler, the project manager needs to set the course for the project, which in project management terms means creating the project plan. Just as a driver may encounter road construction or new routes to the final destination, the project manager may need to correct the project course as well. Components of the project plan include baseline. Baselines are sometimes called performance measures because the performance of the entire project is measured against them. They are the project's 3 approved starting points and include the scope, schedule, and cost baselines. These provide the stakes in the ground, that is, they are used to determine whether or not the project is on track during the execution of the project. Baseline management plans. These plans include documentation on how variances to the baselines will be handled throughout the project. Each project baseline will need to be reviewed and managed. A result of this process may include the need to do additional planning with the possibility that the baseline will change. Project management plans document what the project team will do when variances to the baseline occur, including what process will be followed, who will be notified, how the changes will be funded, etc. Step 2. Define roles and responsibilities. Not all key stakeholders will review all documents, so it is necessary to determine who on the project needs to approve which parts of the plan. Now, in the end, let us summarize what we have learnt in this lecture. Significant event analysis is a relatively new and qualitative method of clinical audit that is concerned with the structured investigation of individual events. The person chooses to facilitate a significant event meeting or to take responsibility for an event analysis again depends on practice dynamics and staff confidence. Competitors analysis means finding information about competitors. The SWOT is a strategic planning tool which is used to identify and analyze the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats involved in project. Like project planning involves a series of steps that determine how to achieve a particular community or organizational goal or set of related goals